everyone. May peace be upon you all. So today we're going to talk about, I think, 4 good news stories. 2 of them are personal experiences and 2 others I found on the internet. Hopefully this will get you smiling and ready to start off the new week. Okay, this news story is pretty amazing. It's called the Oz Harvest Pop-Up Shop, and what it is, it's basically a free market. All of its food is from airlines, groceries, and other suppliers are basically, instead of throwing out their food that is either too ripe or they have too much of it and they need extra shelf space, they give it to this pop-up shop, and it really is amazing because Australia has a 4 million ton food waste problem, and this is a great strategy to work on that. And 1/3 of the world's food is thrown away every year. So a lot of people that are actually in need of food go to that pop-up shop, but also a lot of people that are just being conscious of why a lot of food is thrown out, and they want to be a part of this amazing initiative. It pays to be honest. What does that mean? Well, I'll tell you the story. The story is, this guy, well, he was going to his cousin's house and he parked his car, and when he parked his car he didn't really use the proper technique, and when he left his cousin's house, basically he found that his car kind of slipped, from the hill, and it kind of hit the car that was parked behind it or in front of it, I'm not sure, and basically it kind of damaged and dented the other person's car. And there was nobody around to see him going back to his car, so he could have just got into his car, ignored it, and left. But he was like, he didn't feel like that was right, and so he went back to his house, his cousin's house, I think, and he wrote a note of basically what was happened, and I think he was going to put his phone number or something, and he was about to put it on the windshield thing on the other guy's car when the car owner's son came out of the house and saw him, and he was like, what happened? And he explained, showing him the note and everything, and the son was like, wow, most people wouldn't have, done that. They would have just left. And so he just took the note from him, ripped it up, and he was like, don't worry about it, I'll take care of it. And and the guy was like, wow, it pays to be honest, because it could have cost him, I don't know how many dollars, a lot of dollars, or pounds, or, yeah. So I just finished my morning walk, and something really cool happened, and I wanted to videotape it, on the same day, so, my reaction, would be, authentic. So I was running, and this guy was running in the opposite direction, and, sometimes it's awkward because, you kind of, ignore each other, but, you at the same time you want to recognize them, but it's weird, I don't know if you know, but it happens. So anyway, I was dreading the moment of the awkwardness, but then when we crossed paths, he did this with his hand, like this, like a hi with his hand, and I smiled back, and he made me really happy, and I just got a boost of energy, and I was running, I'm like, yay. It's such a simple thing, but I think it's the human recognition of, hi, you're there, keep going at life. Yeah, so that was pretty cool, and I was that motivated, my reaction of happiness motivated me to do that to somebody else. And so on my way back, somebody else was running in the opposite direction. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do the same thing like that guy did. And so while we were crossing each other's paths, I did this, and he did that. The other guy did that too. And I hope I made him happy as well. And yeah, so that was pretty cool. And another thing happened when I was running. And this woman, she was walking, she wasn't running. And so when she was walking and we were gonna cross each other, each other's paths and stuff,
I felt like she was waiting for me to look at her, so I looked at her and smiled, and it seemed like she was waiting for that, and she smiled back, and she seemed really happy. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Just like a little human interaction there, and it was pretty awesome.